Hi there everyone and welcome to Thinking Agile, a place where we take real world problems when trying to implement Agile within the working environment. We will then submit those to our professional Scrum Trainers who will then explain what methods they would suggest to use within that scenario. You can submit your questions to Agile at AdaptDev.co.uk or you can go to our website and use our contact form. We will then try to notify you if your question has been answered.
Okay, so we'd like to thank Ty for interacting with our contacts and understanding what are the problems that they're actually facing in the real world of trying to apply Scrum within their teams. And one of the questions that's come back is where teams are not clear in understanding the difference between what is achieved with acceptance criteria and what kind of assurances do you get from definition of done. So what goes on your definition of done and what is in your acceptance criteria. So we're going to have a look here at this Venn diagram that's up on the screen. And you can see that on the one side here, we have build the right product. And on the other side, we have build the product right. Now, if we start, first of all, with the idea of build the right product, that is the functionality acting in such a manner and responding to the interactions of the users in the manner that the product owner wants it to do so, given the workshops that they have with their user and their customer base, and the feedback that they get during user research or for a few feedback sessions. And then that forms the acceptance criteria. So that might be that if we have a field to submit a user inquiry, that there's an option to add a name and an email address for response and maybe a telephone number, and potentially an option for them to choose which is their preference to be contacted by. So you can see where that is acceptance criteria, because none of that is saying that this is meeting a quality standard, but it's acceptable for what the product owner wants to achieve as in functionality. Right? So that's your acceptance criteria, building the right product. Right? Then it comes to building the product right. And then that's about ensuring that when you do build a product, that you're meeting whatever standards that the product is required to meet. It might be CE regulations, might be ISO regulations. It could be security standards or redundancy or rollover, user responsiveness. So all those will actually be our quality attributes that you'd expect maybe to be built within your product, right? And that you can test for to ensure that they meet that. And one of the quickest ones I added there is that if you're going to build the product right, then the product should have and meet the acceptance criteria. It should be the right product. So a very easy entry into most definitions of done is that the acceptance criteria for each PBI is met. Right? The next might be, well, what are the security standards that needs to pass? And other ones, or if there's a coding standard that needs to meet, if it happens to be a coded solution, then that might be the case there. Those also might be included in your definition of done.